I'm on my way to Vidcon, but here I am in Vegas first to catch a connecting flight to Anaheim, California. So I decided to show you the footage. In this video, I'm going to talk about my trip to Vidcon, what I learned, what I didn't like, and also what I loved. I'm also going to answer the question, is Vidcon worth it? In case you don't know, Vidcon is an annual convention for influencers, fans, executives, and online brands.
Fix up my car a little bit, then I'll go.
The event primarily features prominent video stars from across the internet. It was founded by veteran YouTube creators John and Hank Green and was later acquired by Vidcon in 2018. So let's get into it.
We know you have many choices. We thank you so much for choosing Southwest Airlines and welcome to Orange County.
So I'm about to go into the Vidcon building and see what everything is all about. This is my first time. I don't know what to expect. There's not a lot of information online from smaller creators. Most of the people that go to Vidcon that I've seen are just attendees, but they're not creators. So let's see what it's about. This was a large room that everyone who was attending Vidcon had to come through, well, except for the super large creators. The registration was broken up into 3 sections called tracks: community, creator, and industry. The community track was for fans. The creator track was for anyone hoping to create better content. And the industry track is where the business and commercial aspects of the creator economy took center stage. This is the main lobby. Large escalators take you to other floors. Big doors take you to the open floor where there's exhibits galore, and also the main stage. Now I have to say, at this point, if you aren't a people person, then this is the best place to hone and sharpen your skills, because there's going to be a lot of different types of people in here, from young to old to cosplay, all kinds of different YouTubers, young, old, and the list goes on and on and on. I would say this part of the whole event was probably one of the biggest shocks.
The whole reason I'm here is my wife, but I will say that since I've been here, it's been very interesting, because if you've ever been out of your element before, that's how I feel here. There's so many super young people. I think there's always something that you can learn from just about every situation in your life. And what I'm learning here is stepping out of my comfort zone and not putting myself into a box and thinking that I have to be, or I have to do things that people my age do. If you try to stay in where you think you fit in, you won't grow. You'll stay where you are, you'll be stagnant, and you won't learn things. So I think this is teaching me to go outside of my element.
One major issue I was dealing with during this trip was jet lag. There was a 3-hour difference between the time I was used to and the time in California. I would frequently wake up at 4 a.m. California time, waiting for a place to open so I could eat breakfast. By the time things got started, I was ready to have lunch, but I didn't let that stop me because I had more to see at Vidcon. One of the most interesting places at Vidcon was the YouTube Creator Stadium. This place was set up to look like a sports arena and had a lot of different amenities and things to do and things you could learn. Here you could ask any rep any question you had about your YouTube page. You could ask them to look at your page and break down your analytics if you needed them to. I actually got some really great advice from the reps there. There was also a section where you could win prizes, get free merch, and sign up for different YouTube perks. Overall, I would say this was probably one of my favorite parts of Vidcon, and it made the trip to Vidcon worth it. This is called the TikTok Destination Room. I believe this was the best exhibit at Vidcon because of how creative it was and how much work they put into the entire layout. The whole theme of this room was travel. The room made you feel like you were in a TikTok airport. Now, there's a lot you can do in this room, from asking specific questions about TikTok to discovering new features that you never knew existed. You could also sit down with a rep and they will go over your TikTok channel with you and show you features, updates, and discuss ways to maximize your reach. Now, I really feel like TikTok really wants their users to succeed. And they also had a booth where you could try out their editing software called CapCut, which is actually a pretty interesting editing program that I may go over on this channel pretty soon. Outside the Anaheim Convention Center was all kinds of food going on. Outside was also the place to meet people and talk, and allowed you to get away from the loud crowds of people and to get some fresh air and sunlight. Last, we move up to floor number 2, which is the creators floor where all the workshops are hosted. The industry track passes went up to the 3rd floor, but since I didn't have a pass to go there, I can't tell you about it. There were a bunch of great speakers, but my 2 favorite were Roberto Blake and Justin Moore. I feel like these 2 had the most info that I could immediately implement into my YouTube channel. Both Justin and Roberto were more than willing to answer people's questions regarding their YouTube channel. They even took questions after the panel had closed down, and Roberto stayed probably an extra 30-40 minutes outside just answering people's questions, and I thought that was pretty dope. Plus, I got a picture with him and stuff like that, so that was pretty cool. So, is VidCon worth it? Should you spend the money for a ticket, flight, and a hotel just to go to this thing? Well, that depends. If YouTube is a hobby for you and you aren't really concerned about growing your channel, then VidCon may not be a good use of your time or money. You can spend the same amount of money and go on a nice vacation somewhere with friends or family. On the other hand, if you are serious about making YouTube a business, then VidCon can be very helpful at doing that. The biggest value at VidCon is the opportunity to talk directly to larger creators like Roberto Blake and Justin Moore. These guys are actually businessmen who leverage YouTube to grow their businesses. They aren't just selling courses that will soon be outdated because YouTube moves so fast, but they're consulting and guiding you on how to make what you already have going work for you in real time. There are other conferences out there like VidSummit that may be even more valuable, but since I haven't been to those, I can't give you any insight on those. But overall, I think VidCon was a decent experience. Is VidCon something you would go to? I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. But until next time, I'll holla at y'all later. I'm out. Peace.